Yo, what is up, man? Hope everyone's doing great today. All right, so as you can see right here, I'm about to drop a nuke at White Springs. Now, when you drop this nuke at White Springs, you want to make sure that the White Springs train station is not in the nuke area. So you've seen where I placed it, just to the left of like the White Springs train station, kind of like in the middle of the big White Springs hotel, whatever. And you're going to want to place your Fallout First tent right there by the railroad tracks to the right. Don't matter, we're just somewhere over there out of the nuke zone. Now, you have to have a Fallout First server for this to work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you can farm the bloated glowing ones, which are ghouls. So one thing to note, if you have like a ghoul slayer weapon, which I have a 50 cal ghoul slayer, it does like increased damage to ghoul slayers. It's very helpful. Could also add glow sights as a perk card that does extra damage to glowing anything creature, like whether it's a death claw or a bloated one, whatever. So keep that in mind. Now, this is not like a glitch or an exploit. This is just something that's been in the game for a while and something that I do when I want to farm things like Flux. In order to craft Flux, you're going to need high radiation fluids, which is the hardest component to come by. You're also going to need like Hardened Mass or Glowing Mass. You're going to need the Flora. So you're going to be able to do all this right here with this method right here that I'm about to show you. So basically what this entails is you're going to log into your Fallout First server. You're going to launch a nuke in the area that I showed you. You'll have your tent placed next to Berkeley Springs. So once the nuke drops, the first time you drop it, mostly everything will be dead other than the robots who patrol the White Springs resort. So most of the bloated ones will be dead. If you're there long enough, they will respawn. But basically what I do is I drop the nuke. I go in there and just grab some Flora because I don't have to worry about enemies messing with me. I go ahead and just grab a bunch of it, and that stuff will respawn, but at a much slower rate than the bloated ones. The bloated ones literally will respawn in the matter of like a minute, minute and a half with this method. So basically, launch the nuke, go grab some Flora, and then what you want to do is you want to fast travel back to your Fallout First tent. That's going to be right there at the White Springs train station. Spawn back there, and then you're going to leave your Fallout First server and you're going to join a public server. Now, it doesn't matter whether you can place the tent or your camp. You know, it may tell you, oh, someone's already there. Just go ahead and spawn there. It doesn't matter. Once you spawn into the server, immediately just back out and leave, and then rejoin your Fallout First server. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to respawn right back at the White Springs train station where I'm standing at now, right by your tent. Then go ahead and go to the presidential suites, the parking lot, the golf club clubhouse, the golf course. You can patrol the entire nuke area. Now, in this video, I do it about 5 times, but I only go to the presidential suites as well as the parking lot, just for the sake of not making this video longer than it already is. Basically, it took me about 30 minutes just to do this 4 or 5 times, just to show you that it works. There is no editing or anything in this video other than me talking over, you know, like the commentary, but I don't like cut anything out. I show you the raw footage, no, you know, nothing. This is something that I've been doing for a long time, and people ask me how I have so much flux on my, or someone asked how I had so much flux. So this is what I do. This is the method that I do. Basically, what's going to happen is those bloated ones are going to continue to respawn repeatedly every time you leave and come back, leave and come back. Literally just takes not even 2 minutes. You know, basically, you know, if you have a decently fast PC, you back out, you're on a server, you back out, you're back in the server again, like on your Fallout First server. So as you see, I just dropped the nuke right here, and I'm just going to go grab Flora. I'll leave. Everything will be dead for the most part because I'm only going to be here like a minute or, you know, maybe 2 minutes, something like that. Just grabbing some Flora and stuff. Basically, in this video, I'm just showing you that everything is dead. If you've ever dropped a nuke here, you know that everything is dead. It does respawn if you are here long enough. Now, one thing I want to mention, in this video, I don't get that much high radiation fluid. Maybe got about 15 or 20. I think I got, yeah, maybe close to 20 in the video. So keep in mind, every time you do this, like, whatever, when you do it and then drop another nuke and do it again, you're going to get different stuff every time you drop it. Like, they'll have different drops. Like, one time you may get, you may do this for like an hour and a half. You may get, 80 high radiation fluid. Another time you may only get 20. So results may vary. Just keep that in mind. I'm not trying to give someone the idea that you can just come here and get like thousands of high radiation fluid, because that's not true. The Flora, once you pick it, it doesn't spawn back immediately like the bloated ones that you see laying here dead, but it will respawn back over time. So you can always drop another nuke and, in another area if you need a different type of Flora for the Flux, but you're also going to be able to farm the Hardened Mass, the Glowing Mass, the Glowing Blood, as well as any other resource that may drop from any of the creatures that you kill. So just keep that in mind. Basically, you're just going to rinse and repeat. Fallout first server, go ahead and kill, pick Flora, whatever you're going to do, back out, go to a public server, immediately back out, come back to your Fallout first server, go ahead, kill, pick Flora, whatever you want to do, back out. In between that, though, make sure each time you're in the nuke zone, before you go to the public server, fast travel back to your survival tent, and then leave the server, and then go to a public server, and then come back to your Fallout first server. I've noticed before, like, if I leave in the nuke zone and go to a public server and come back, a lot of times the bloated ones won't respawn, or only half of them will respawn for whatever reason. So just make sure you are out of the nuke zone, and then once you are out of the nuke zone at your survival tent, go ahead and just go to the public server. Upon entering it, just back right back out, come to the Fallout first server, rinse and repeat. Now I'm going to shut up and quit talking, and you can just watch. I do this, like I said, I think about 5 times just to show you. It's about 30 minutes. Basically kill. You can count how many 3-star legendaries I got, like, in this short little span. I want to say I had 4 3-star legendaries and 2 2-star legendaries, basically bloated ones. Like, every time I went back, there was basically a 3-star and maybe a 2-star. Also, you'll see like the RAD Scorpion. There are some death claws on here. There are other things that spawn like around the compound, but in this video I stayed pretty much in the same area that that you see. I stayed at the parking lot and I stayed at the presidential suite, just to keep the video short. And then you can see right here how fast that was. I left, went to a server, left, and then I'm right back in. And when I spawn back, the bloated ones, they will be alive. Now, the first time you spawn back at the in your Fallout first server at the White Springs, not all of the bloated ones will spawn, but after that, every time they will continually spawn, and sometimes you'll see more and more of them spawn. Like, it's just, you'll see in the video, like, there comes a point where I literally have like 8 or 9 of these things just charging at me, and I'm just like backing up, firing the 50 cal or the Gatlin plasma, whatever, just basically backpedaling for my life, because these things are just they're running roughshod on me or whatever. But this is the video. Give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Hopefully you can farm a lot of XP, as well as Flux, and the materials that you need for the Flux, and whatever else it may be that you are looking for. Give the video a thumbs up, hit the sub button. I'm out. Enjoy. Peace. All right, so that's it right there. As you can see, it works, 100% legit. I didn't pause the video or anything like that. I just kept playing it. But you can just keep doing this back and forth, and it will continue to work. Give the video a thumbs up. Hit that sub button. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. Hopefully you found it helpful. I'm out. Peace.